I just think, like, we could go on and call him all different names under the sun here.
I guarantee you he's thinking about it every day.
Yeah, I would say that you're living rent-free in the Don.
Absolutely.
Taking up so much real estate.
Not really a Donny move.
Cucky move.
Cucky move.
Cucky sports.
So said by Thomas. Thomas the cuck engine. That's got a good ring to it. Yeah,
You're a cock.
So if you or anyone else you know has been excessively and unfairly licked by the Bloody Brilliant Beers podcast, reach out. Together, we can stop the lick.
It's a Donny Sports Podcast. Back from the Caxton Hotel once again, because it's Tuesday and we're here.
Love it, mate.
Why else would? But thank you very much, Darcy and Clutch. Quick shout out. If anyone is looking at reporting any cyberbullying, just go to www.bloodybrilliantbeersucksass.com and they'll take care of you. They'll do the rest from there. Like, yeah, massive shout out for that, boys.
Yeah.
Put out a whole podcast last week called Cucky Sports.
Does that not imply that you're in their heads, I guess, if they name the whole episode around that?
This is why you're on the podcast with me. I got scared there for a minute that you weren't.
No, I've got you.
I had to explain to my wife this week what a cuck was. Do you know, no man should ever have to have that conversation.
Some men are kind of...
Or some men get to have that conversation.
Yeah. I'm surprised you didn't know already, man.
Well, I got a good girl at home.
Yeah, apparently.
Holding down the fort.
Yeah.
It's taken over my life, Jordan.
How many comments, messages are you getting a day now?
Everything. Thomas the Cuck Engine. Even in our personal group chats.
Yeah.
I have someone up against a wall. There's nothing to come back. I've absolutely laid them on something sweet with a nice call, and they just go, pretty cucky. And what do I say?
And they're the ones that get all the little laugh reactions.
Yeah. But
you lose every time.
Welcome back to the Donny Sports Podcast with Tom and Jord.
Hello, everyone. How are you?
For your sports pod of the week. Breaking news. Breaking news.
Okay.
This Friday, the first episode of the Friday pod.
Yes.
And it's a very creative name.
We're splitting it up.
We're splitting the pods. It got a bit long there. I mean, last week I think got it to almost an hour 20.
Yeah.
So what we're doing is we're splitting the pods. This is for all your footy news, or all your good stuff. Well, news. Very liberal use of that term.
Yeah.
But all the footy stuff gets jammed into this 30, 40 minutes, and then most of the ramble goes onto the Friday pod, because what more do you want to do to amp up for the weekend than hear about our weekends and how much fun we've had? It just sets the tone. It's a tone setter. We are tone setters. That's what we do.
You can live through us.
But how are you? You doing good?
Oh, fantastic, mate. Big weekend.
We'll save that for the Friday pod
sorry,
coming out this Friday, the first.
Oh, how enticing. Stick around for that, boys.
But no, big weekend of footy. You were down in Melbourne watching the AFL, the aerial ping pong.
Yeah, round one.
How was
fucking
that?
huge.
Yeah?
Huge, man. MCG is incredible, hey?
Yeah, it's really is one of the best stadiums in the world.
Yeah, and it's like all the setup, the trams coming in and out straight away, easy to get around. Shout out Melbourne.
I cannot wait to talk about that in more detail on the Friday pod coming out this Friday, the first episode. But I stayed at home all weekend. One of the most boring weekends I've had.
Right.
And I've watched every game of football.
You watched every single one?
Every single game I watched. So I thought maybe what I could do is start off the podcast with my 2 cents.
Please.
As I do most weeks.
Please.
Well, if you want to hear it, because I did watch every game this week.
Of both codes?
God, no.
Not that lonely.
It all started Thursday night.
Yep.
Para-Manly. It's easy to sit here and say, wow, Parramatta have had a rough draw. It's more fun to say, ha ha, Parramatta suck. So that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah, absolutely.
Tom Trbojevic at this stage legally has one leg, and you let him score 2 tries on it. I mean, and the best thing, look, is that Para fans are starting to complain about the draw now.
Yeah.
As rugby league fans, we can all sit here and be happy that the NRL, in all their wisdom, has not only given them all these good teams after the bye, but they've done us the service of putting it in prime time Thursday night every week. We get to watch the Parramatta Eels lose and lose well.
It's a public execution.
It really is. Valandy, I mean, he's done it before.
He has?
Obviously with Justin Olam.
Oh, that's
He
true.
wants to make things public, and he has done so.
He puts heads on spikes out there.
You know what's good? It's funny. The Dolphins have racked up their 3rd win of the year in a town which players are also famous for. No, I won't say. I won't know that. I'll leave that one. In all fairness, though, the Knights did have their best crack with what they had, which wasn't much. But I do hope now we've put to bed why aren't they at Magic Round. That's why you're not at Magic Round.
I think it's all coming together.
Bunnies Roosters, this is the 2nd week in a row the Bunnies waited until there was 15 minutes left to decide, we're a rugby league team, we're going to start playing footy.
Yeah.
Which, on the opposite side of that spectrum, the Dragons waited until the last 15 minutes of their game to remember, we have no idea how to fucking play footy. For two clubs located so close to each other, it's quite surprising that there's such a big shift. I mean, that last 10 minutes of that Dragons game, that has been one of the biggest downfalls I've seen since the Dragons between 2010 and now.
How many was it? Was it 4 tries in 10 minutes or something like that?
It was absolutely beautiful to watch. I'm still on my Broncos hate phase, so it wasn't beautiful to watch, but when you got Stags and Cobbo on your Supercoach team,
You'd be happy with that.
very happy with that. On last week's show, though, like to finish this off in somewhat of a positive way, last week's show, I said we should move the Tigers. I was being nice. Probably some people might say too nice.
Okay.
Because it's clear to me now what we have to do is fucking delete the Tigers.
We're bringing relegation in. They're going
Relegation,
down.
New South Wales Cup side.
Yep.
That's my review of the weekend. No need to talk about the Cowboys. We can leave that one. we'll let the
mate.
pundits on NRL 360 dissect whatever that is. But
We're only a bottom Queensland team on the ladder.
I mean, technically.
Yes.
The thing is, the Cowboys have never lost a game of footy, though. We've been robbed, that's for sure. This week, it was Granville and Felt robbing us. But I don't think they've ever lost in the history of the club. They've just been robbed, which is, I mean, when you have a name like the Cowboys, you open yourself up to gunslinging and stuff like that. But no, I don't think we really need to talk too much about the Cowboys.
I mean,
if you have something to say, feel free. I'm
Oh,
sure
not
it'll be
really.
false.
More just sort of a fuck you. Cook my multi. How many people were sending you a screenshot of that Cowboys lock thing you did
I
for
got
the
a couple.
tips?
I got a couple, and the Cowboys have been my lock 2 weeks in a row now.
Yeah.
And if you think for a second they're not my lock this week, you've lost your mind. Tommy's lock. Forget Loz's lock. Tommy's lock.
Who's this week?
I got the Titans. Easy win.
Oh, okay.
Maybe if they brought back OG Blade, it would be a harder win.
How about
but,
that?
but with new Blade,
Bit of reaction to that.
you want to get into that?
Why not?
If for those following at home on the Blade saga, last week we put out a clip detailing how disgusted we are with the new
Blade looks washed up.
Yeah, the new Titans mascot is just it's really something to look at.
You're taking a big step back off the OG Blade. OG Blade was big, beefy, had the big swords, and looked cool.
We didn't really know who OG Blade was, but now after looking back, the fact that they chose to look forward is quite remarkable.
You tip him to be the guy that gets it done every week. I don't know why they ever changed.
We've got a message on Instagram. You can always reach out to us with nuggets like this because we love it. We love talking about it. But
this had me.
I got this message. I'll read it verbatim, and if we need to clip anything out, that's fine.
Yep.
G'day, guys. The OG Blade is my dad.
Get out fucking straight off the bat. Yes.
To a degree, isn't the OG Blade all of our dads? A father figure to millions, nay, billions.
He taught me how to be a man.
He taught me how to blade. G'day, guys. The OG Blade is my dad. And he's put 15 years into building the reputation of that club and mascot. As soon as I've read that, I've forgotten how much nice stuff we've said about OG Blade.
Yeah.
And I thought,
I
thought
he was,
I've upset someone here.
Yep.
Nay. He's ran the Titans out over 200 games and has done close to 300 NRL games in a mascot suit for various clubs at Origin or Magic Round.
That's more than most players.
What an innings. He's a 300 clubman.
Yeah, what a connection to the club.
Absolutely
And to get
marvelous.
booted. And to get booted after 300 games.
Well, this is the thing. The Titans did not include him in the redesign, and he is not in the new suit.
It's fucked.
But instead, it's two new people
yeah.
that have no connection to OG Blade or the Blade family, from what I understand.
I have no connection to them. It's shocking. I want him out. That sad little boot that he's got on.
It's one of the more sad boots that I've seen. Let's give him a sad boot. I think it's crazy. I think it's crazy that we've got Mascot drama on the foothills of the NRL, and we're talking about all this other stuff.
Fuck.
When there's Mascot beef brewing.
That's what I really want to know about.
Why do I give a fuck about State of Origin?
Don't care.
When I know that there's potentially a man with an OG Blade suit in his boot about to go postal at Seabus Super Stadium. Why would I care at all?
Fucking hell.
I want this guy to get not only just the old suit back, but I want him back in the NRL.
I think so. I mean, if he runs out with the boys this weekend, I reckon they get it over Cowboys.
Well, that probably won't happen regardless of who's in the suit. Regardless of who's in the suit, that won't happen. But yeah, the conversation actually went on. We had quite a big conversation. He said, "Yeah, you can talk about it on the pod. Just be respectful." But pretty much, end sentences. The new suit's disgusting, and the disrespect to the OG is absolutely disgusting, considering how long they've been doing it. Another thing to mention about mascots while we're talking about mascot beef.
Okay.
OG Blade.
Yeah.
300 games.
Yeah.
Paid in pizza and water alone.
Get fucked.
Paid in pizza and water
Get
alone.
fucked.
He did it for the. I'm sure if he could have probably struck a deal. He did it for the love of the club.
Holy shit.
OG Blade did it for the love of the club, and he's been shafted.
That's the guy you want at the club. That's the mascot you want.
I reckon whoever OG Blade is, he could probably be the mascot without a suit. You don't need a suit to be Blade. You are Blade.
Yeah, it actually was skin tight, that suit. Yeah. He's just got the fucking...
He's got no face. His face is a 15 by 15 metre big helmet. My dad is plush. Honestly, thanks for reaching out. This story is not over.
That was so good.
And I wanted to be as respectful to the Titans as possible and not be too disrespectful to the men who don the suit.
I'm sure there's reasons.
Hopefully we've kept it in good faith. It's not that we want New Blade
gone. Maybe
is there
just
a world
a nod.
where OG and New Blade can coexist?
Or maybe the new Blade, that's OG Blade's son. We've got a new generation of Blades.
I'm sure Blade's son might have something to say about that.
Well, maybe he is the...
Oh!
Maybe he's toppled his old fella.
You think there's a world? You think there's a world where Blade's son,
want to know.
I presume, no evidence to back it up, but
Absolutely
only
none.
son.
Now he had a daughter. He's got that other one, Goldie.
Goldie
and Blade.
But why send the message? To rub it in further?
Maybe he's
Do you
old
reckon
man.
OG Blade would be aware that New Blade has done... No, well, clearly not. It's a bit of luchador wrestling about it.
I want to know how deep this rabbit hole goes.
Listen, Magic Round is in, 7 weeks?
Yeah.
That'll be the biggest crowd that the Titans play in front of this year, you'd presume. Because I think they play on the Saturday. I might be wrong. I don't see why we don't wheel a ring into the middle of the stadium, have a blade for blade fight, mask for mask, and we see who this new Blade really is. Who really is the new Blade?
Fucking oath. Let's rule that into existence.
Let's demask the new Blade.
At least have them both out there.
Because
Tribute to OG Blade at Magic Round, boys.
Will there be an OG Blade testimonial match?
I hope so. I hope he goes around the field on the back of the car and they retire his jersey.
Or his helmet anyway. I do love 300 games, and from what I'm gathering, it's the same suit. That suit's seen some summers.
How do you wash it?
How do you... you could never really get that suit clean.
I mean, then maybe that's why he got the boot. Every time he comes in, just stinking. Nah, be respectful. He's good. He washed it.
We want Blade, but it was his suit too. That's what's the craziest thing.
I don't know why they wouldn't keep him. If you're paying the bloke in pizza and what is it, water?
Maybe he started getting onto the premium pizzas.
I don't know.
You know, it's been cheese for so long, OG.
I do like that peri-peri chicken or the pizza capers.
Oh, yeah, maybe that's it. Maybe he's gone, or maybe even like a wood-fired joint round the road.
Oh, okay.
And then you start going,
asking a bit much.
I think fucking OG Blade's getting a big bid for his bad boots. He's getting a bit, oh, fuck.
He's got a lot. He's got a lot of suit to fill. So keep the pizzas coming from. I don't know.
I want to get, sweet, my internet's not working, but the headline of this next one was Latrell Mitchell has come out and said he believes that if the Maroons are not yet, they will soon be shitting themselves. Which I find hilarious, considering, wasn't it Latrell Mitchell that willfully withdrew from State of Origin Game 3 last year. That was the same Latrell Mitchell, I believe, wasn't that?
I think he was
Maybe
scared.
is the definition of shitting yourself not coming up here to run into a red-hot Ben Hunt in Game 3 in the Cauldron. Technically, if we're talking about shitting yourself, isn't that one of the biggest bed shits all time?
Well, he got flattened on the weekend, didn't he?
Well, I do like
The
Latrell.
two boys on top of him smiling at him.
Yeah, the Roosters, honestly, how about the Roosters under investigation for salary cap breach?
Everyone knew it.
Is it? No, I reckon that's like they've given out the warning. Hey, we're going to be looking at your books, so don't let them be fake. Nick, don't do it.
It's fucking nuts though how it isn't. I don't know how it works. Is all the deals signed and then run through the NRL and then they check it and then it happens?
No, the problem is the third parties. Right. So I believe that they're under the cap, and I believe that they have one set of books. There's nothing stopping. Like, their board are some of the richest people in the country. Nick Politis, Mark Boris of Apprentice, cancelled after 2 seasons fame.
Oh, rip.
Yeah, so they're some of the richest people in the country. There's nothing, and I would never say that this is what's happening.
Yeah.
Say it's not them, it's one of the other people in the...
This is just opinion.
Yeah,
Nothing.
the third
founded
party
in fact.
deals to say stuff like, yeah, let's have a charity golf day.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Brandon Smith, I bet you $50,000 on this next hole, and then you hit it into the water.
Yeah.
There's nothing to stop that.
There's no car loans going around the sheds.
There's
you know
no
what I mean?
one-
They're getting cars.
There's no one at Leichhardt Oval offering 50 G's a hole.
Well, didn't Smith's agent come out this week and
he
say
said that they offered him something under the
brown
table.
paper bag money?
And
I mean, he won't say which club.
I don't want to
though.
get too into it because I don't want to end up with a horse in my bed, but
Just the head.
But
Just the head.
what I love about this article, it was obviously on Phil Rothfield.
Had to be.
And it's just one of the...
Fuck, that photo's not good.
It's one of the more weirdly put together articles ever.
Yeah.
Pretty much saying, we got this game coming up between South and Manly. So they asked Latrell about Turbo and Turbo about Latrell.
Trying to drum up some shit.
Well, but they both said, we love each other and they're both so good, right?
Yep.
But the quote is, they'd be shitting themselves about us playing for the Blues, referring to him and Turbo.
Right.
Which, listen, valid. But
fuck you.
But fuck you, Latrell Mitchell. But what I love about this article is it goes Latrell on Turbo, then there's 4 very short quotes. Turbo on Latrell, 4 very short quotes. And then just Gary Jack's got an opinion, and Steve Crawley's got an opinion, and Matt Rose has an opinion, and Max. All these random people are also giving their opinion on Turbo and Latrell. Guess what they had to say about them?
Okay.
They reckon they're heaps good.
Oh, wow. Well done, Buzz.
Buzz, you have
Hard-hitting
really
stuff there, mate.
Really, I mean, they're role models, they're family men. He's really some hard-hitting journalism here. 2 of the premier players in the league, 3 NRL reporters reckon they're heaps good at footy.
Wow.
Good shit, Buzz.
Groundbreaking.
All I'll say is, as a Queenslander, as I sit here in the Caxton Hotel, as I sit here mere hundreds of metres away from the Cauldron, I've never been less scared of an Origin.
Well, this is the guy that came out and said the cracked windscreens thing on
what happened?
about the Panthers. And
That's why I saw it and I loved it, because I was like, and I hate watching Latrell do bad because he is one of my favourite players, and I love when Souths get up. But you coming out last week, well, the week before, and said the cracked windscreen thing.
Yeah, and then go down.
I don't remember seeing you at Bluebird
And they did
Stadium.
nothing
I don't
too.
remember seeing you there, except for the last 15 minutes when he obviously put on a masterclass.
Yeah. Same
And
as
then
last week.
to say you should be scared of the Blues, like, we beat you with Brenko and Edric Lee on the wing bar. You remember that? Like, is everyone familiar?
Yeah.
Back when Harry Grant was playing for the Tigers, we beat you? Like, does everyone, like, AJ Brimson at back?
There's nothing to your threat. There's no
Because
worry.
this is the thing about Origin. It doesn't matter who we wheel out. We simply have a total and complete understanding of State of Origin football. Something that the New South Welshmen just lack. We are born with it. They will never learn it. It's not something that can be learned. It's not something that can be taught.
Never been to Sydney during an Origin, have you?
Yeah, I've been down there for an Origin once. I didn't go to the game, but probably the word that comes to mind was tumbleweeds.
Yeah, right.
Probably tumbleweeds probably comes to mind.
Well,
They
I mean,
were giving away on the game 1 last year, they hadn't had an Origin down there in 2 years.
Yep.
On the day of the game, they were giving out 2-for-1 tickets to get a full house. Absolutely.
fucking kidding me?
You come up here, it's fucking already sold out. There's
Holy
single
shit.
seats on sale a week after they go on sale.
For like $600, dude.
And they couldn't give them away down in New South
I mean,
Wales.
my point being that everyone up here is wearing the Maroons jerseys, getting around with those fucking little flags that stick out the top of the cars. Everyone's getting into it. And it just goes to show we understand the game, like you were saying.
It's a complete and full understanding and comprehension of rugby league football in the Origin arena.
Write a book on it. Well, talking of tumbleweeds, actually, just to cut over to the AFL.
Yeah.
I think you wanted to touch on this a bit later about the crowd numbers at the AFL.
Oh, man.
Did you see, like, pulling huge crowds? Huge crowds.
I think night one, Thursday night footy for a draw, which is pretty embarrassing. That's something that wouldn't really happen in league without very, very excruciating circumstance.
That was a frustrating game to watch.
But they had 90,000 there on a Thursday night at the G, and then the next night they had 88,000
Yeah,
there.
I was there for that one.
Absolutely mental.
Next day I was there for Melbourne Western Bulldogs. I think there was, 70, 80,000. But and then you skip over, you got 80s, 90s, thousands, full sold out stadiums.
Well, two of the...
And then you get to GWS's game.
Yeah, no one there.
No one fucking turned up.
The two of the biggest crowds in opening weekend for the AFL were last weekend. The 2 nights in a row, they were the two biggest crowds opening weekend.
It felt it like it too, being there.
I bet it would.
Fucking nuts.
Well, that's what I wanted to say to you as an AFL leaning man. As obviously you love the Dolphins and obviously you love your league.
I'm on board, yeah.
But what can we do as NRL to get these numbers in our stadiums? Is that the first step? Playing in stadiums that hold that many people and not suburban grounds? Is that the first step?
Yeah, but how often do they sell them out? I don't know.
Well, yeah, I mean, Belmore was packed and that was a fortress on the weekend, but I just wonder what things we could implement. Is it halftime? Is it pre-game? Is it Buzz Rothfield barred from the NRL? What could we do to get some of that sweet 90K on a Thursday?
Yeah, I mean, to me, the league is more of like a community game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You go to the club around your house sort of thing.
Yeah.
It's a community. Not just like AFL isn't as well, but it's like,
you know what?
In my mind, it's a city game.
This is what I always find funny because I talked to Hummer at work about AFL because he's obviously born in Victoria, big Hawthorn fan.
Yeah.
Rough. And
They had a three-peat.
Yeah, well, he went to all 3 games. MCC member, little preppy school. Well, don't worry about it.
Yeah. Been all right.
Love Hummer. But he was saying to me that the AFL media are pretty well liked by the fans, whereas in the NRL we hate our media, and I think that goes to show that like NRL is more of a people's game that doesn't trust the media, don't want to be spoken to, whereas AFL are all like preppy boys from the city.
Get fucked.
They're all buds. I remember. It's definitely a bit more preppy than league, that's for sure.
I don't know. You see some of those people out there on the weekend, mate, you'll change your tune. Some rough-looking people.
Well, that's
Collingwood's playing.
That's Collingwood. They're not even from Collingwood because I've been to Collingwood.
Yeah.
And it's very nice.
It's pretty nice.
Very, very nice.
Yeah, I don't know where they'll come from.
No, they all come in from the sewers, I think.
Oh.
Mole people, I think it is. Mole people. So.
We were sitting in front of this guy. Sorry, no, he was in front of us. And he was a Collingwood fan. And we were going for Geelong, and we kept talking so much shit because you could tell he was getting riled up. He's doing this. Sticking his chin out.
So for those not listening on the pod, for not viewing it, that was very good. You should go to the YouTube just for that. In fact, that's going to be the thumbnail for the episode.
Don't do that. He's getting more and more riled up, and then it swung back the other way. Collingwood started winning. He's all happy again. The chin receded back to normal.
Fuck, I wish my chin would recede back to normal. I fucking tell you, honestly.
But yeah.
How about Joey Manu on the weekend? Disgusting.
I know.
Everyone's talking about it. It's on the tip of everybody's tongue.
We're dropping like flies.
He took off the headgear halfway through the game.
Do you think Ponga going down had anything to do with this?
Well, this is the thing. So Manu walks out there. I mean, a lot of people probably thought I was about to mention the high tackle. That's rugby league football. Who am I? But it's no, like he goes out there with the headgear on, and immediately after a set restart, hands the ball over because he couldn't hear properly.
Yeah.
Goes to show these are not performance vessels for the brain.
But fuck, didn't he look cool,
He
though?
looked so cool when he gave that ball back to Souths, even though it was his ball. He looked fucking one of the coolest dudes out there.
Yeah,
Him and Keary had almost matching headgears. Keary kept it on the whole game, and what happened? They won.
There you go.
Manu took his off halfway through the game. One of the most disrespectful things you can do on the rugby league field. What happens? 10 in the bin, brother. Because this is what it is. At the end of the day, you lose the headgear, you lose your head. That's how it goes. That's how it goes in this world. Everybody knows it. Everybody knows it. You
How's
lose
that
the
for a
headgear,
slogan?
you lose your head. Well, it's true.
Fuck,
the slogan
that's
of the whole society: safe heads, strong minds.
Well, I think we really need a vice to Ponga. Didn't we do that?
Advice.
No, a vice president of the
Well,
of the
it's
club.
Luke Keary
Wasn't it?
who won the founding club derby with these headgear intact the whole game, and he stayed on the field for
There you
80
go.
minutes. Unlike Joey Manu, who had a 10-minute break, because without that headgear, that's what happens.
You better come out next week with it. Not to say what am I going to do, but
I mean, well, we'll be down there in Sydney real quick asking questions, knocking on doors, asking questions.
send him another headgear.
Because it felt like, I'm not going to say, like Joey Manu, who goes out there on Friday night, probably one of the biggest games he's going to play all year. It's easy to sit there and think, he's not thinking about the Donny Sports podcast that drops on a Friday with the new show dropping on the Donny Sports podcast that drops on a Wednesday, new show dropping on Friday. You should check it out. He's not going out there thinking about that, right?
No.
It's
Is it the
easy to
fifth time
say.
you've done
It's
that?
easy to say that.
Yeah.
However, you're wrong. I know that he's thinking about it because why else would you remove the headgear halfway through?
What do
His
you
heart
reckon?
is with the Headgear Society. We will welcome you back, but it is a first and final warning situation. You know this. It was in the papers that you signed, Joey Manu. Fuck.
They know we're talking about it though. What do you think all the headphones are for when they're coming off team bus walking down the tunnel? It's Donny Sports.
It's us. We're in the headgears.
Yeah.
And we're screaming, don't you
Yeah.
fucking take this thing off, I swear to fuck.
Maybe we'll send them another headgear. You know how people write their parents' name or whatever on their wrists when they get them taped?
We'll send them Donny on the front of the
I
headgear.
think so.
I think that's what needs to happen. Speaking of things that happened this weekend, you were front and center for a pretty gruesome thing.
Yeah, fuck.
Talk us through it.
I think it was Jeremy Howe.
For those who haven't seen it, I'll probably put as much of the vision on the YouTube as I can.
Yeah, they'll see
Yeah,
ya.
it's pretty grim viewing though.
Yeah.
Explain to the people.
It's a bit rough. So Howe's run in. I can't remember who he tried to take a mark over, but he's missed it. He's gone up pretty high, so he's tried to take a specky, which if you don't know, you put your knee on the other guy's shoulder and you're up above him.
Yep.
But he's come down and then he stuck his hands into the ground to sort of soften his fall, and he's broken his arm as he's hit the ground. It was fucking rough, and we were in that pocket.
Yeah.
Right behind, maybe 3, 4, 5 rows back.
Yeah.
So we saw the whole thing. Didn't look like much when it was live.
Yeah, and then
But next day, watching that again, fuck.
did they replay it in a stadium?
Yeah, they did.
That's one
They
of the
did.
one of the
collective-
craziest things when everyone goes, oh.
Yeah. Imagine laying there and you got 90,000 people going, oh.
Did you hear a scream from him or nah?
I had a fair few drinks by this time,
Yeah,
but I think
right.
I vaguely remember hear yelling.
Yeah, because I would have very much screamed if that had happened.
You can't really hear much though when.
But if you haven't seen it, go look it up. It's everywhere online. Is that
Yeah.
broken arm? But it got me thinking about.
he had the green whistle going off too.
Yeah,
Sorry
you
to
got
cut you
it.
off. Yeah.
Well, it got me thinking about hectic sports injuries.
Yeah, there's been some good ones.
And I wanted to read you some of these stories that I found online because these aren't all gruesome,
Yep.
but more strange. Like the first ones that come to mind are just like Yin, people like that who have had hectic injuries and ended their career. These aren't quite that alley.
Yep.
Aren't quite that avenue. The first one,
Aren't as depressing, hopefully.
well, no, we'll pay respects. Scott Sattler, South legend, passed away this week, so
Yeah.
we'll pay respects to that family. So I thought, what better way to start this segment than with the absolute madness that he pulled in a grand final one day, right?
Okay.
3 minutes into the game, he got cracked with a right hand to the jaw and broke his jaw.
Fuck.
It was just back in the day where people just
Was it a fight or just
it just
loose
got
hand?
cracked, right? No, it wasn't
Right.
a loose hand. It was on purpose.
Okay,
Got
yeah.
cracked. Sats was one of the best to ever do it, right?
Yeah.
3 minutes into the GF against Manly, he got cracked, broke his jaw, right?
Fuck.
He then took his mouth guard, flipped it upside down, wedged his teeth under there and held his jaw in place, told his teammates, lift me up, don't let them see that I'm weak.
Fuck.
Gets back up. The Manly player that had done it to him, where's his name here? Bucknell.
Right.
This was 3 minutes into the game. He had to leave the field before half time because the South boys were targeting him so heavily. After that, he left the field at half time.
Holy shit.
Sats plays the whole game, making tackles, making runs.
Yep.
With a full broken jaw, South win the thing 23-12.
Fuck.
Absolute
me.
madness. Gets his mouth guard in it, and he says every now and then it would pop out, and I had to just wedge my mouth guard back in there and hold my jaw in place.
Nah.
Madness, absolute madness.
Holy shit, that's nuts.
So, just wanted to highlight that. But here's some of the other ones that I found from across the globe, not so NRL centric.
Okay.
So Paulo Diego, after recording an assist on a goal, Swiss soccer player Diego jumped a metal perimeter fence to celebrate his achievement with the fans.
Oh, no.
But a recently married Diego didn't realize his wedding ring was still on and it got stuck on the fence. 1/3 of his ring and the finger were ripped off, unable to be rescued. It got amputated. He actually received a yellow card for time wasting as he was looking for his finger.
What the
While looking for his finger,
Holy shit.
received a yellow card.
Surely you get a little bit of leeway there.
Well, rules are rules.
Turn around and give him the finger with the...
Another good one. Cardinals rookie kicker Bill Gramatica was celebrating a 42-yard field goal. As he's jumped up, he's come back down, done his ACL.
I think I've seen this. I think I saw that. Yes.
Out for the rest of the season.
Yeah.
See you later, Rook.
There's been a few celebratory injuries.
Yeah, absolutely. Like here's another good one.
Yep.
Kendra Morales in May of 2010 plays for the Angels, baseball, scored a walk-off home run as he's coming back around to home plate, thought he'd really rub it in, 2-foot jump onto home plate, shattered both ankles, was out for 2 years. Nearly
Holy
2 full
shit.
years he was out. What a
me.
jump on the boy.
I mean, sore winners, I guess, but that's a bit of karma. I don't know. That's rough.
Very, very rough. There's some of the crazier ones I've seen.
But he had no angels looking after him that night.
No,
that
no,
guy.
sir.
Fuck.
I got a hypothetical for you.
Okay.
Would you rather
Okay.
your team lose a grand final or have a shocking season and not make finals at all?
Oh, shit.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Have you watched watched your team lose a final?
Yeah, pretty bad.
Yeah, I've watched it in 2017. I was in China when they went down to the Storm, and somehow, some way, I was at the dinner table with a Storm fan.
No fucking way.
Yeah, and
Middle of China.
Yeah, in the middle of China, and we're watching the game, and it was just tough viewing.
Did you leave after that?
Yeah, well, we were sinking some Chinese beers, so I numbed the pain to an extent. But yeah, that's my question to you, because I always wonder it. Would you rather your team lose a grand final or have a shitty year?
If you pitch it like this, though, if your team lost a grand final, right, and your mate's giving you shit,
Yeah.
the one up you can give to him is like, at least we made the finals, you fucking useless.
Yeah, you say that through pain.
You're not happy about it, but
you say that through pain. Like, it
presented
really means nothing, doesn't
It
it?
hurts, but because you presented a good year. I mean,
people don't remember the losers.
would you rather go for Para or Tigers right now?
It's tough. Neither. I'd rather off myself, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'd rather cease to live. But
I think I'd rather have a little bit of joy. I'm taking that.
The thing is, though, like, not making finals, right, because people don't remember the winners and just don't remember the losers, sorry. So,
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah.
So a loser in the grand final, they go, oh, who did they beat that year, you know?
It takes a while.
And even more so, a shitty season is forgotten even quicker. I'm not saying you're winning the spoon, but just missing the 8. That doesn't get remembered. You don't go, yeah, well, you didn't make the 8 in 2010.
I don't know.
But you
I
say,
certainly-
yeah, remember you lost that grand final in 2010?
certainly
Broncos
remember
fans,
it.
you lost that grand final in 2015. Couldn't tell you who came 10th that year, but I remember they lost.
Yeah, I don't know. Because I go for Port as well. We had a shocking season last year.
Yeah.
I'm not happy about that either.
But would you rather be a Swans fan right now?
Oh,
You see what I mean?
Yeah, that's
You're picking up what I'm putting down?
that's a 50-50. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your answer?
I'm taking the grand final still just to have a shred of joy through the season.
I like it. Let's get to these calls, eh?
Okay, yeah.
I'm going to start with, so obviously if you want to go to the Instagram, you can jump on SpeakPipe. It's just a link there. Really easy. You don't have to download an app or anything. You just send a message. But Geordie sent me a message from his trips in Melbourne directly to my phone that I
don't remember
haven't
exactly.
listened to yet.
You might need to cut this. I don't know what this is.
We'll have a look. We'll have a look here.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, that's getting a cackle. That's getting a JT cackle. Put that one in.
Moving right along. I don't remember where I was for that.
Oh my gosh. Well, moving right along, let's get to the first call.
Yep.
This is from user
First call.
Cucky. Nice, bro.
Yeah. Cheap shot.
Keeping it very original.
G'day, Donny.
Oh, fuck. Yeah,
round
cool.
3? Is this round 3? Round 4? Round 3.
There's the idiot in the background.
Saturday, what's the time?
It's 10:04.
It's 10:04 p.m.
He
on
sounds
Saturday the
pissed.
16th.
It's about 3 hours
18th.
after the Cowboys lost to the Warriors.
That lost the Rose, which is such a shame. But all I have to say to you and Jordan, first of all, is put your fins up. Put your fins up. And second of all is...
Surround sound. Yeah.
How'd that feel? More of the same?
Yeah, well, I mean, this is the thing about bullies is they don't stop until someone stands up for them. So I am standing up to them with
Okay,
the,
yeah.
with the stop the lick. But I've spoken with Darcy quite a bit when he's pissed, but he sounded pretty fucking gone there.
I know. That sounded big day.
You know what really annoyed me is they spent half the call. I was about to chime in and be like, they spent half this time wondering what the time was, but that was a very eloquent setup for what was a devastating punch.
Yeah.
You
Well
boys
done.
are awesome. Thanks, boys.
Thank you for bringing Tom Datapeg too. Because there are blokes in our group chat taking shots at Tom that would never do that before.
No.
And now they feel like they can, and I just want to say thank you, boys.
Yeah, thanks everyone for calling me cucky. That's awesome. Because there is really nothing I can say.
No, keep the comments coming. It's funny.
Actually, you know what happened to me at work? At work,
What?
One of the boys at work listens to Bloody Brilliant Beers. He walks into my office on Thursday.
Yeah.
He goes, "I'm not going to call you what I want to call you, but you are."
Fucking hell.
Fuck me, drug.
The reach that
what do
these
you even
boys
say?
have.
They're everywhere in my life. Everywhere. 3 different group chats I'm in. My name has been changed. 45 comments. One of their little friends commented on 15 posts. No, sorry, 35 posts. My phone, just because I have comments on, because I'm not a big-time podcaster, it sounded like I was getting a call.
Holy shit, that's funny. Fuck.
Absolutely ridiculous
Yeah.
what these boys are putting me through.
They got you.
They got
Do
me.
you feel worse about this or the worse about the Cowboys losing?
This. Well, they're
Yeah.
one and the same.
Yeah, true.
Absolutely ridiculous. All right, this is from Anonymous. It goes for 1 minute and 20 seconds. Yesterday.
Yeah, g'day, mate.
Here we go.
Just
It's
fucking
the big man.
Jordan here, and I just want to say,
Blast from the past.
fuck the Cowboys. Right? That was absolute dog shit. And it's just
You sound like the
67
Joker.
minutes. 67 minutes.
You want to know how I got this
Scoreless
blind?
That was a more rough watch than 67 minutes of this podcast. And that's pretty tough.
What's the 67 minutes to do with
yeah,
it?
fix it up. And I'm pretty
67
sure
scoreless minutes from the
that
Cowboys.
display of absolute trash. I think that you owe me $300 because that's what I'm fucking due from the Cowboys. Absolute rubbish. And yeah, mate, just generally fins up. 3 in a row. And yeah, just Cowboys are the lowest team on the ladder in Queensland, and that's a bit embarrassing.
Queensland.
How do you feel about that, you fucking dumb cunt? Just saying, you talk so much shit about how the Cowboys are going to win and they're an absolute lock, and they come out and do this. Shambles. Absolute shambles. Wake up to yourself. Thank you and good night.
Drunk lips, sober thoughts, I hear.
Holy shit. Holy shit.
That was a long 120.
I don't.
That was a
I
long
remember bits and
120.
pieces. I remember being on the footpath.
Yeah.
Prawn there, just phone up to
You
me.
legit sounded like the Joker.
I was, had a big one. Had a big one that night.
Fuck me. Thanks for that. So you're also a cyberbully.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
Lump me in.
Just randomly got a message. Cucky post. Thanks, Charlie Robson, who is a frequent member of the BBB Frothies page. Thanks, bro. Thanks, bull.
Holy shit.
Oh, moving on.
That's so good.
We got 2 from the same guy here. Well, first one's been cut. Onto the second.
So I think it's all good that the Dolphins and Broncos are playing on Saturday.
Friday.
For a bit of a clash for who owns Brisbane this year. But if the Lord Alfred wants to pretend to be the home of Dolphins fans, I think a better alternative to see who the king of Brisbane is if we close Caxton Street for a day, get one old-timey patron from the Caxton, one old-timey patron like Tradies from the Lord Alfred, put both of them in a ring, get the Honeybees girls to be the ring girls, and we sell that out, sitting on the street, the chairs, get the boxing ring, and we just let two fucking old cunts go at it. Their club's the king of Brisbane. I think that'd be much better than any fucking rugby game played. I think we really get behind it. I think we get two fucking Peters and Davids, they're old fucking plumbers or something, and see how they sort it out. And I reckon that would be much better.
Holy shit.
Purely because I want to see some old cunt get knocked the fuck out.
I think we just found our undercard to the Blade versus Blade fight. Holy shit.
Peter, pumpkin eater. Jesus Christ. Bro, after 30 seconds, the premise was locked in. And then for another 30 seconds, I just want to see old people get hit.
I mean, I'd actually love to see that.
Oh, my God.
Not condoning violence on the street out here.
That was very good. That was very good. We're at 45 minutes.
Thanks for the call, man.
Some things to
fantastic.
cut. We're about to jump over to the Friday pod. If you're listening to this on a Friday, you can move over. But I just wanted to mention one thing from first time last time, who sent me a message. Didn't have time to record, but he wanted me to mention as a part Brisbane Broncos owner, everyone's welcome for the big Maxi Borcher on the weekend for the Broncos scoring 20 points. So feel free to give him thanks whenever you need.
Holy shit.
Oh, that's good. That's good gear.
All right, and if you're mad at this far, let's do a little intro for the start here, Tom.
Oh, yeah, let's. So, hey, everyone.
Howdy, how
We're
you
at the
doing?
back of the podcast after some hectic calls. You've got some good little seggies.
That was a
coming
quality
to you.
one, man.
A good call.
If the fogged up glasses are in to go by, I think it happens when you laugh a lot. I don't know.
When I'm just in a giggly mood. Fuck me, we fucked this already.
Don't worry, chuck it up.
Welcome to the Donny Sports Podcast. I just want to say you've got cool injuries coming, you've got good calls, and you've got a good time.
How about that? Jump in, boys. Buckle up.
See you Friday.